This week on Q Points, we are celebrating the Banjee Boombox Festival. Banjee Boombox is a fiscally sponsored, vibrant Kuti BIPOC festival dedicated to the celebration, amplification, and cultivation of safe spaces for the diverse voices of women, non-binary individuals, and LGBTQIA+ artists, DJs, and musicians. Their mission is to create an inclusive platform that not only showcases the incredible talent within the community, but also fosters an environment where every unique voice can be heard and appreciated. On this episode, we welcome festival co-founder DJ LiKWUiD.
Yes, y'all. We have with us the one and only proprietor of Banjee Boombox, the person in charge. DJ LiKWUiD is in the building. What's going on, DJ LiKWUiD? Welcome to Q Points. We finally got you here.
Thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this all week. Super excited. And just ready to have a nice kiki with y'all. So
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for a bunch of different reasons. One, I get to see J Ray in person. Two, we get to see you in person and the fabulous lineup that we're going to talk about in a second. And on top of all of that, I get to be in Brooklyn once again, which is where I grew up, and it's a homecoming for me. But before we get into all of that, DJ LiKWUiD Styles, talk to us about this musical journey that you've been on. DJ to DJ, talk to me. What got you started on your journey?
That is a long question. And just for reference, I need to know again, what part of Brooklyn are you from again? I know you told me before.
So I grew up in Crown. We lived in several different places, but the longest place that I stayed was on Crown and Utica in the Crown Heights section. I used to walk right on up to Eastern Parkway to catch the Utica, the number 4, so I could go to school in downtown Brooklyn, right across from the Brooklyn Academy of Music. That's exactly where I went to school.
Bam, literally.
Yes, exactly.
Bam, literally.
Literally. Yes. No, when I think of Brooklyn, I think of music. I lived on McDonough between Marcy and Tompkins for maybe like 2 or 3 years, but Harlem was like home to me. You know, not that Brooklyn wasn't. Brooklyn is a planet. Yes. And I know you know, but for folks that have visited, you can be in Brooklyn and not need to leave because everything is right there.
Literally, every time I visited New York and visited Brooklyn, like I'll just be in Brooklyn and be like, oh, yes, I am in New York City, and I'm just here.
Other boroughs I could go to, but
Brooklyn's where it's at.
Brooklyn's where it's at. So yeah, for my musical journey, I pulled from so many different places, and my cousin Ray, shout out to my cousin Ray. It's funny because the way I got into DJing was I inherited his equipment.
Love that.
And yeah, I was like 8 years old. My Aunt Johnny Mae, shout out Aunt Johnny Mae, Georgetown, South Carolina. You know, my cousin went away and she had his equipment. She was like, you know, they call me by my middle name back home. So she, Shauna, you want this? You like music?
You like music?
You like music? You want this? And I was like, oh my God, yeah. So I'm 8 years old with 2 techniques, y'all. Yeah. I did not know what I had.
Wow.
I did not know what I had. So I'm like figuring it out in my room, just calling myself mixing and just kind of mimicking what I'm hearing. So I'm like taking my mom's Marvin Gaye records, like scratching them up, y'all. Frankie Beverly and Maze. And I'm just figuring it out, you know, as I go along. But it was like a long journey from there. Like I didn't do my first party till like 2007, I think it was. And my dear friend, Dwight Allen O'Neill, we were throwing a party in the West Village. And we were like, oh my God, we're like inviting all these people. You know, when you're in your 20-somethings in New York, you're trying to be outside.
Right.
You can get people to show up to the club. That's not the hard part. The hard part is how you keep them there because there's so much going on. So we were like, okay, we got all these people coming. We got the space confirmed. We're like, who's going to DJ? And I'm like, well, can we afford a DJ? We quickly found out we could not. So I was like, well, shoot, I DJ.
Yes.
Kind of, right? every DJ starts out as a bedroom DJ.
Yes.
Right. So like we all start
kitchen
out,
for me.
So,
kitchen for me.
Kitchen.
Go ahead.
Yes. So so yeah, this was the time where like in New York especially, we have the 2 CDJs set up for you, and you just brought your case of CDs, and I played the mix, and we got picked up for a weekly. So that's how I literally.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got picked up for a weekly, and we kept it going for like 6 or 8 months, maybe close to a year. Yeah. But I like, as far as like the music itself, like I loved house music. I've always loved house music, and that's, I think it may be an ode to funk and disco. Like if you know how the journey of music works, because all music is Black music. I know I've heard y'all know where I'm going with this.
We know,
but I think it's just kind of like disco and funk, and then soul, and then gospel. I just think it's like all connected.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
That was kind of where it went, but I didn't really become who I am now as a DJ until I got my residency in Harlem. And that was because like I knew how to blend in R&B, hip hop, funk, soul. Like hip hop samples a lot of jazz records, soul records, so it was easy to kind of dwell in between. And then at the end of the night, you could throw on some house so people know what's up. But in Harlem, it's such, like Brooklyn, very rich in culture and very Black, but very diverse Black, right? So you had it's Harlem, so you got the HBCU kids, you know, who went to Howard and Hampton. Let me go ahead and throw it out there. Y'all always out in Harlem. Then you have the tourists, the tourist ladies who come up to Harlem to be touristy. Let's say it like that. And then you have a lot of Nigerians, you have a lot of Africans. Whereas like Brooklyn is like West Indian, very West Indian, you know.
Down.
I would say there, you know, you can do a pretty good reggae set in Harlem. But if you go into like wine your waist, you're probably gonna go to Brooklyn, you know, and hang out there. But in Harlem, it's afrobeats. It's, you know, so I had to find a way, because people would come up and ask me, yo, are you gonna play some DeVito? Can I get some Yumi Alade? Like Burna Boy, where we like, you know, where are we going with that? And so I would say, even though I started DJing professionally in 2007, it probably wasn't until like 2014-ish that I started to really like get in my bag and really like get into the African-American diaspora music, like across the board. So traphrobeats was my thing. It was like, you know, I'm still from the South, so I got that Southern hip hop, soul, all that. Then Harlem, the influence of Afrobeats in there as well. And then just like a lot of times the journeys, how are they all connected and get to each other?
Oh my goodness. So I'm glad. Okay. So what you just described really does kind of feed into this next question, because one of the things that we know about you is that you wear many hats, right? So DJ is just one of those hats. You're a performing artist, you're a spoken word artist, you're an educator, marketing guru, all of these things, right? I'm curious, because you talked about this blending of the diaspora, right? When we listen to your music, we also hear that blending. Can you talk to us about two things? One, how the journey to how you began to create music in the way that you created, and also how do you integrate all of these things in a way that feels organic to you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think in my very last project, that was LMA Flossie.
Hot project. Hot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That project was a time for me to go home. And I literally went to South Carolina for a while I was recording that. We recorded everything in New York, like everything was done. Actually in Brooklyn. Baba Studios, Willie Green, amazing audio genius, put everything together for every musician, singer, person that touched that project was just amazing. What I heard in my head at the time of conceptualizing it was really touching intersectionality, I think, namely for Sea Island Gullah people, because I feel like we're, I guess, the lesser known Creole folks. You know, when you think of African Americans as it relates to subcultures in America, you know, there's always that West African link to it, but there, I think New Orleans is just it's top of mind. Like whenever you think of the combination of African, French, American, it's just like, oh, Creole people, New Orleans. Right. Like you can hear it in their voice. It's like melodic when they speak to you, all, like, you know, and there's so many customs that are specific for New Orleans. Like if somebody puts you on a plane and drop, like, I'm gonna take you somewhere, you got to guess where you are, type thing. I'm gonna blindfold you. Yeah. If you woke up in New Orleans, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm in New Orleans."
You would know immediately as soon as you
know immediately.
Like, I know where I am.
I know where I am. You know. So I don't know. I feel like now. I think now, especially because there's so much work being done to speak to Sea Island Gullah people from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, the northern part of Florida, and I think now Vice did a documentary. Like so many more people are having that conversation. Was it High on the Hog? Did this beautiful segment on the food, and it took me back to my childhood, like when my uncles and cousins would just take a sheet shack, a piece of the shack, and put it on the ground with aluminum foil on top, and it would be in a fire pit.
Yep.
And pour crab on top. And I'm talking newspaper on the table. Like,
we go and eat. We go sit around this table as a family, and we going to partake.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
And now, and Charlemagne the God is probably like the most visible,
absolutely,
South Carolinian now, who's put Monk's Corner on the map and the whole Low Country. So yeah, you got a lot to celebrate in your work.
Absolutely. It felt very celebratory. And I think starting there kind of helped to branch out everywhere else.
Got it.
With the music. So it was a matter of taking Southern spirituals and I would say, and hits of gospel. Yeah. Because it's all connected. I think it would be more like call and response spirituals before we got to full on choir. Like there are melodic choir moments in the album, but I was really thinking just spiritual, like how we would have to communicate. Drums were another important part for me when I was communicating with the music director. Like drums were very important because when it came to communicating with each other, especially for our ancestors who were experiencing slavery at the in the time where we were figuring out ways to communicate with each other, music was often the thing. And if you notice, like Black folks, we can communicate without words. Like it don't matter if you're from LA, New York, Atlanta, like we just have certain things that are universal and we don't need to talk to do it, you know? And when you take that a step further with drum, right? Even with humming, you know, all those things were important to incorporate into this album. So it started with hip hop, right? Because it's like that's where I was introduced to creating and writing for myself. But all of those things played a part in it, and it was like gumbo. It was like we're just gonna throw it in there and mix it around and see what we come up with. Yeah. And that's where that particular project came from. And I think like ultimately, I'm the type of artist where I really live by the quote, like Nina Simone said, an artist's duty is to reflect the times. So it's easier for me to communicate in writing and song in poetry than to go about doing it other ways. Like, I wish I was a great content creator. I wish I could like streamline my thoughts to 30 seconds in a TikTok, or you know what I mean? Like, shout out to people who can do that, because there's 10 different voices in my head telling me, girl, say this. Right. No, say it like this. But then you got to go back and pick up this point. So I need to write it down.
I am and Sir Daniel knows I am a scripter. We have questions for you in front of us right now. Okay, so we know what to talk about.
Yes.
Especially as we get older.
Yes.
Okay. It's real. So, I mean, all those things I wanted to communicate in that particular project, and it just continued to grow. So, and I ultimately wanted to pay homage to my LMA Flossie, who are my mother, maternal, and paternal grandmother. So LMA is my paternal grandmother, Dorothy Mae White is my mother, and Florence Flossie Britton is my maternal grandmother. And it's funny because people are like, oh, Flossie, I like it. Like the Rihanna song. I was like, no, like my grandmother.
Yeah.
Like, she was legit
That's a
Flossie.
Flex. No, like
that was her name.
Right.
Yeah, like my grandmother. So it was one of those things. It was a journey home, but also connecting all of those pieces together and paying homage to the women who made me who I am. And it was trying to do so in a very condensed space. And we played with other things, Afrofuture. There was a lot of things going on. Like all of the artwork was done by Black women. The presentation, we did it in a planetarium. Like it was a labor of love and something that I had to do before I stopped rapping.
You know, so like J. Ray was saying, he and I we've created a synergy between us as far as our work is concerned. And we also have, before the podcast, he and I have put on events as well. And if anybody knows how much work goes into putting on an event, it's me and J. Ray.
Come on now.
And the thing is, what I can definitely say is that I don't know, there was no way in hell I could have gotten a lot of that stuff done that I did several years ago with the shuffle and repeat parties and things like that. There was no way in hell I could not have done that without J. Ray's help. But you, DJ LiKWUiD, also have somebody in your corner to help you lift the load. And that's a phenomenal DJ in her own right, a legend herself.
Icon,
DJ
legend.
Mary Mack. DJ Mary Mack, tell us how you guys linked up and started this partnership to create Banjee Boombox.
Listen, before I even go into that, I have to say, if I haven't met her in person and we've been like working together for so many years, I would think there's 3 of her.
Isn't that special where you like, that's how dope?
Because
say more.
That woman is right now she's in Minneapolis, I believe. Like I can't even keep up sometimes. Like we're at this time, what are you doing? Like, you know, but huge shout out to the legendary icon, DJ Mary Mack. Mac and I met, I want to say 2010, 2011. You know, in New York, you meet people and you meet them 5 times before you meet them. Right.
For sure.
But we actually did, so for my 30th birthday party, we're both Aquarius. We're like 2 days apart.
Oh, wow.
We did our birthday party together, and it was this big thing. Like we had Whitney Mixer from the Real L Word, the reality show, not the Showtime show. Okay. Well, it's Showtime, but you know, the reality show. She hosted DJ Evil D from Beat Miners came through and did a guest set.
His house sets be crazy, by the way.
Oh, it's insane. Church,
that's
like I think it's one of the insane. This man is a machine too. Yeah. But that was like had to be like 12 years ago, 12, 13, I don't know. However many years ago. That we met and we got to do the party together. And then we just kind of kept in touch, and we like reconnected in an app called Bigo during the pandemic. And we started doing mothership together, where we get on every Wednesday and spin records, you know, as a joy thing. And we do like theme nights sometimes, Shaka Khan, Janelle Monáe, Whitney Houston, like, you know. And in 2021, we got a grant to do it in real life.
Nice.
So we did a party at this Zombo Aroma, this really small, cute shop where you go in. It's one of those shops. It's black owned, queer black owned. Gentleman and his partner can make soaps, candles, that sort of thing. And we just DJ'd in there in the it was great. And then the 50th anniversary of hip hop was coming up, and this is where it was getting real. And I was like, yo, I got this idea. And then I was like, Mac, I just want you to come spin. She was like, nah, let's do this together. Let's do this. So that's where Banjee Boombox came from. And our first year, we did it on Governor's Island with Art Crawl Harlem. Shout out to Uncle Richard for that connection.
Richard Pelzer?
You know, I don't know Uncle Richard's last name. I think it's the Harlem X.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, there's so many people that I've gotten to know online and over the years, and he is one of them. I think I have yet to meet him in person. So everybody that's to New York, y'all better come out to Banjee Boombox in Brooklyn so we can all meet in person finally. But please continue, LiKWUiD. I'm sorry.
August 3rd, Sultan Room rooftop, come through. But yeah, we did the festival for the first time in person, out of the virtual space, with the performances and everything. Governor's Island. Dave Berger was our headline. Shout out Dave Berger. Bryant came in too and did an amazing set. It was just a good time, and people loved it. People were talking about it for months after. And the immediate question is, okay, when's the next one? Right. You know,
and you're like, oh, this is real.
So this is real. This is real. So Mary and I have, for this year especially, and I have to say this as well. Even as artists, we think about on stage a lot when things are on, but when I say, like, Mary has been so supportive, like off stage too, like, you know, with me leaving New York and moving to Atlanta, and with just things that have occurred this year, like I'm working through, like she has been a person, like, get on the phone, like, yo, LiKWUiD, what's up? Talk to me. We'll get to the business stuff. Talk to me. Like, she's that person. And nice. I am so grateful for that alone. Like, I have to say that, like, yeah, it's great to do this event together. It's great to, and we have some wonderful surprises. Like, it's going to be a good time. But yeah, eternally. And you're right. You can't do this alone. So I get it. Like, with what you all do, a podcast is a lift. So couple in events and other things too. You need that person who's going to be right there with you. And when you're in it, you're in it. And we all know how some of the craziest things will occur with events. Something as small as where are we going to get ice from? Like,
where are we going to?
It doesn't sound important.
Or we didn't talk about the ice part of the whole thing. And you're like, oh, I didn't think of that.
And there's nowhere
I just thought they had ice here.
And there's nowhere to get it right here.
No.
When you get it, there's nowhere to put it in. It's like,
you need to take a plane to a train to a cab to get the ice.
That part.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely, you got to have that person. You got to have that person.
Yeah. For you, not to give anything away, but what are you most looking forward to for this year's festival?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, it's funny because start to finish, it's something different at every turn. I can kind of give little tip. I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited about
exclusive.
Listen,
I'm excited about that for sure. There is I'm excited about the DJs. One of the DJs is my former student from Girls Club.
That's amazing.
Who's a grown woman now. Like, it's crazy. It's like, I knew you when you were 17. And
yeah. And now she's
now
like,
you're
I'm
out
gigging
here
now.
clubbing. Oh, right. Now I'm gigging, girl. I'm outside. I am looking forward to that. And there's like a cute mixtape moment that's going to happen.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to have like some of the artists from last year and some of the artists for this year. Okay. So I'm interested to see how that is going to look. And I mean, I'm excited about Nitty Scott. I'm excited about Sonny Chiba closing out. Yeah. Uptown Vinyl Supreme is like a staple. Yeah. In Uptown Harlem, Bronx, Inwood, you know, that entire area. But Sonny Chiba is just dope. Yeah. She's a vibe, and she spins with all vinyl. And you just I keep looking at Sir Daniel's vinyl in the back.
You said the magic word. You say vinyl, and my ears perk up.
I'm really excited for that too. And I think the entire night is just going to be a vibe. I really have that feeling. The energy around this year I'll say it's different from last year. Both are great, but there's a certain magic too. And maybe it's just like coming back for the second year.
I love that.
That's playing in. But it's going to be dope. Dayburg is going to do a special thing again. Recess is going to host like the Blurred Happy Hour. Afro Crowd, shout out to Afro Crowd, Wikimedia. Sherry Antoine is a gem. We're excited to have them not only come back again, but also sponsor us. Thanks,
nice. Girl. Shout
out. Shout out. And yeah, I'm also excited because almost every performance is going to be bilingual.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. Almost every performance is going to be bilingual. I think with the exception of 2. Maybe just 1, but I'm excited for that too, because that's something else. Like, we started in the realm of hip hop because it was 50th anniversary of hip hop, but and that was something Mary said too. She was like, "Nah, we got to branch out. We want all genres represented." So I think that'll be fun to see that fusion as well.
Listen, we are so excited to be able to be in the building. We can't wait. So y'all will get a chance to see us. So making sure that you come out, because we're going to have a setup where people can like just tune in, put on some headphones, and like really just kind of hear some of these moments, right? And we're just excited to see all of our folks, in Brooklyn. So we can't wait to be there. This is going to be fun, and we're looking forward to that.
It really is. Like, being asked to be a media partner in the situation, and knowing what it takes to put on an event because it's passionate to you.
Yes. And
because you're tapping into all of your talents to make this thing happen. It's not an easy task, but there are people that want to do these types of things, but they just don't know how or what way to start, or how to, where to go, how to start. What would be your advice to somebody, DJ LiKWUiD, if they have this concept, something that they just know is going to go off, but they really don't know what first step to take? What advice could you give them in seeing their dreams come to fruition?
See, this is where purpose and favor come in, because I've been sitting with this for a while myself. Just like I said, before I answer the question, just a quick circle back. Just like I said, Mary had been there for me this year. My sister, Kiosha White, I'm saying your name, and my partner, Chelsea Nicole, have also been there for me. This has been a journey of a year for me, and Lauren Purcell as well. And that's from Day Job Work, for reference for folks. But I have spent a lot of time this year thinking about purpose. Like, you know, that gospel song, "Is My Living in Vain?" Like,
Yes.
Absolutely.
We all want to hear those words at the end of everything. "Well done, my good and faithful servant." We all want to hear that. And we all want to know, like, what I did made a difference, you know, and not just for me, because I think that's part of life. We lift as we climb, but I think the sweet spot is, how do we honor our ancestors and set up space for our children to come after, right? And I think when you find that thing, that's where purpose lies. Maybe. But okay, so let me bring it home to the question. I would say to a person who wants to begin or start some type of event planning, or setting up safe spaces, creating your own space, or creating your own table, right? Because sometimes a lot of these events, a lot of what we create happens because we don't see ourselves in another thing. You know, like, I don't see enough movies with queer Black women who aren't the spicy attitude person, or, you know, the over masculine, you know, whatever. And no shade, no tea to that.
Right.
But you know, sometimes it's just a quirky girl who also loves women. Like,
right.
You know, and she just wants to hang and be a part of the scene. And if I don't see that, like, I can either A, talk about it, B, remove myself completely, or C, I can create it, right? And sometimes that happens with creating spaces, creating communities, creating podcasts. You know, we sometimes have to create the table that we want to sit at. So a lot of what I did my first event when I was in high school. I was like 17 or 18 years old.
Nice.
I was a basketball player, and I did a shootout for cancer. And I'll never forget when I was promoting the event, and this is back in the day. I think I went to the library to, like, print off copies of the flyer. This is how old school we're talking.
This is Q Point's world. This is what we do.
Yes.
You know, this
microfiche shit. What we need.
Come on now. Exactly. What we got to do. But I'll never forget, Curtis Wilson was on this radio station in South Carolina called the Big DM. And he was at this event, and I heard him on the radio. And I was like, yo, I'm pull up. You know, this is, you know, South Carolina. So I'm going to pull up on him, see if he'll just announce my show, my event for the shootout for cancer. I got all of the kids in Carolina who was like top contenders. I mean, like, McDonald's All-Stars were like playing in this game. Like, no cap, for real. Like, a lot of cats went on D1 basketball development leagues, like professional, like, these were like legit players. And I rolled up on him, and I had my flyers like, yo, Curtis Wilson, I love your show, blah, 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 blah. Can you shout out my event? It's going to be next week, Saturday, Columbia High School. He was like, all right, this is a good event. And I'll never forget, he looked at the flyer. He was like, okay. And I was just like standing there like, that's it? Like, he's not going to. Yes. Like, I don't have to. And legit, like, I was listening to the radio, and he shot it out a couple times. Like, you would have thought I paid for a commercial. Right. You know what I mean? So I tell that story to say, like, I'm going to be honest, and this speaks to things that both J. Ray, DJ Sir Daniel have said. It's not easy, but you can't count yourself out ahead of time. Like, I could have told myself, he's on the radio. Like, he doesn't know me, you know? Right. Listen, all you need is one yes, you know? All you need is one yes. And what I've also learned is, if I do get a no, it's probably because I'm A, asking the wrong question, or B, asking the wrong person. Those are two lessons that I have kept with me forever. And doing so I've done events. I've worked on tours with my cousin Quentin. I've worked on events for organizations, corporate organizations. And each time I go in with a lens of that same 17, 18-year-old. Like,
yeah,
keep the joy in it. And don't be afraid. Like, move fast and break things at first, you know? Like, sometimes you just gotta go in and try it. And don't be afraid to start small. If you think about it, Banjee Boombox came out of an app.
right.
Like, if you really think about it, you know, like, we didn't start DJing together thinking, oh, we're gonna do a festival in Brooklyn on a Sultan Room rooftop,
Right.
you know, in the middle of August.
Right.
It was like, oh, let's just get together and try this thing and see if it'll work. But yeah, the two things that I would definitely share with anyone who wants to create your own space, build your own community, is keep perseverance in mind. And also, don't be afraid to intern / work with other people who are already doing what you want to do. Sometimes you don't have to, you know, rebuild the wheel. You can just perfect it, or you know, add your spice to it. You know, those would be the things that I would say. And it's always someone who came through that road too. I think that's the last part of it. So just go in with your heart, intention, fulfill your purpose. Yeah.
Heart, intention, fulfill your purpose.
Fulfill your purpose.
Well, J Ray, I'm going into this with joy because that's the main message that I got from this, is that we are going to have a joyful time at the Banjee Boombox Saturday, August 3rd. Please let the people know. We're going to have all the information is going to be linked to this interview, but please let the people know how they can keep in contact with you, DJ LiKWUiD, and the whole Banjee Boombox movement.
Absolutely. So you can always hit me up directly. That's at LiKWUiD, LiKWUiD. That's across everything. I'm not really on Twitter right now. I'm don't really see Elon. I refuse to call it the new name that he gave it. So that's where I'm at. But I'm everywhere else. I am LiKWUiD.com. That's my website. I usually keep my blog up, Diary of a Mad Black DJ. And for Banjee Boombox, come out August 3rd, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. the Sultan Room rooftop. Huge shout out to the Sultan Room, the entire staff, James, Emily, everybody there. Gabe, thank you so much for being welcoming to us, to allow us to come and celebrate there. If you go to @Banjee Boombox or www.banjeeboombox.com, you can see all of the artists, follow their pages, follow them, come out, hang with Q Points, hang with Afro Crowd, come early. Shout out Brown Girl Brew. They will be sponsoring, also giving away samples at the first hour of Banjee Boombox. It's a craft brew space owned by a Black woman.
Love that.
And nice. I love to throw that out because she's one of the only people that I've met in the craft brew space.
Yes.
And she has some amazing flavors. Like, you know, her people are from Chicago, but she's based in New York. Mm-hmm. So imagine like soul food and craft beer coming together
all day.
Yes. So that would be fun. And huge shout out to Recess as well. Josh, who's going to be in the house too, hosting. And the artists are going to be amazing. Mitty Scott, Sonny Chiba, Key Hutchison, Indigo Prodigy, Naya Orla, my girl Sincerity. Like, it's just going to be a good time. So we hope to see you there. And yeah, what else? Those are the main things. Yeah. Holla at us. Holla at us.
Yo, DJ LiKWUiD, thank you so much for trusting Q Points to be able to be part of this. We are so honored and grateful. Thank you for coming by and sharing a piece of your story, as well as giving us some things to look forward to as it relates to Banjee Boombox. We will see everybody who is tuning in, either you're listening or you're watching. We will see you August 3rd in Brooklyn at the Sultan Room, for Banjee Boombox, y'all. Thanks for stopping by, DJ LiKWUiD.
Thank you for having me. I love y'all. Can't wait to see you in person.
Yes.
Give you big hugs.
Absolutely.
All of the things.
Absolutely. Peace, everybody.